welcome to this week's episode of The Language of Leadership. I'm your host, Chuck Marty. This week, what I want to talk about is the greatest predictors of success that were outlined in the book Greatness by Dr. David L. Cook. What a phenomenal book. And I think it falls right in line with what we're going to accomplish with the 30-day challenge of The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Now, I want to address that real quick. We've had some people that have gotten a hold of me. They don't really know if they've got the commitment to be able to do it on certain days, conflicts, things like that. Regardless, we're still doing this challenge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post the Zoom link for this Saturday when we get together to kick this challenge off. And I'm going to go through some of the things that we're going to do over the 30 days. And then after that, that's the only time that you're going to need to be there to kind of listen to what's going on. I will record it so that if you email me and you still want to participate, I can send you the link to be able to watch the live recording and be able to participate at that time. This isn't going to cost anything. This is a commitment to yourself to be able to accomplish the things that you're wanting to accomplish, not only in your personal life, but in your business life as well. This is a challenge that you're going to identify what it is that you're wanting to work on and accomplish within 30 days. And each day of this, I'm going to help you in giving you another step and something else that you can do each day to accomplish that and to realize that goal that you have throughout this challenge. That's what this is all about, is being able to accomplish those things. So the way the challenge is going to work is each day I will send out a short video to those that are enrolled in this, and it will go over what I outlined in the last 2 episodes that we're going to cover. I can tell you right now, the first week is going to be awakening your mind. And we're going to talk a little bit today about defining and reflecting on your goal and what you're wanting to do. And I'm going to be using some information out of the book Greatness. And if you have never read the book Greatness, first of all, if you've never spent $100 on a book, this is the book that I would tell you to go ahead and get, and that is Greatness. I've read this book several times, and it's been incredible. It's helped me in being able to do this challenge that we're going to do with Earl Nightingale. It helped me in being able to come up with an outline for what it is that I wanted to help all of you that are wanting to participate in this challenge, a guideline and encouragement to be able to accomplish these things within those 30 days, to realize your strength, your commitment, and your ability to accomplish these things, and that you are in charge, and that, like Earl Nightingale says, anything that you can believe, you can achieve. And that is what we're going to accomplish during this 30-day challenge. So look for that link for the Zoom meeting that we're going to have on Saturday. It'll be in the show notes, so that if you're wanting to participate, if you've been kind of reluctant because you don't know if you're really going to have the time, the link's going to be there. All you're going to have to do is come to that first one, and then it's up to you each day of this challenge to watch the video and do the things that I teach you so that you can realize and accomplish that goal that you're wanting to achieve within that 30 days. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, like we talked about, the greatest predictors of success. And David L. Cook, he has identified that in the first chapter of Greatness. Now, I'm not going to go over every point that's in this book, because I'm telling you, if you haven't gone and purchased this book and read it, it is incredible. And it's something that I would highly encourage you to be able to do. And we'll have a link in there where you can go and look at this. I know it's $100 for a book. but what kind of a price can you put on the tools that are going to help you be successful and potentially change your life and help you accomplish the goals that you're wanting to achieve in life? I don't think there's a price you can put on that, at least in my opinion. So one of the first things that I thought that was just powerful that hit me the first time that I read this book was in the first chapter when he talks about focus, passion, and mental toughness. These are the greatest predictors of success. And he says, period. That's it. These are the three elements that are combined and they become the greatest predictors of success and exceptionalist, as we will refer to in this book. And he goes into detail as to each one of these. And I want to cover the first 3 points. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about day 1 of the challenge, what you can expect. And then we'll wrap it up. And hopefully, with the information that we give you, it's going to encourage you to have a desire to want to do this for yourself and to be part of this challenge. Because I'm expecting great things from this. And I'm hoping that this was going to be something that resonates with you. And I would like to have some people on the podcast later on to talk about their experience in going through this 30-day challenge. Because I know that if you've listened to just the audio of Earl Nightingale in this 30-day challenge of The Strangest Secret, that alone will change your life in listening to that. It will give you the desire and the ambition to want to do this. So the first point that David L. Cook, and I'm going to read this right from the book, is the first point is, where do you want to go? That's the focus. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this challenge that we're going to be doing is you being able to know, where do you want to go with this? What is your ambition? What is your vision and what you're wanting to achieve? Where do you want to be 2 years from now, 5 years from now, even 10 years from now? Have you ever taken the time to sit down and to think about that as a leader? A lot of times we can get caught up in the day-to-day and what we do and what we achieve as leaders. And we forget that just because we're in that leadership position, it doesn't mean that our progression and our ability to learn and grow has stopped. Just the opposite. If anything, that's when you need to be more vigilant and more ambitious in improving yourself, because now you have a team of individuals that are looking to you for guidance and direction. But it's also good for you because you're going to be able to learn and to grow yourself and to be able to discover things that you probably didn't know that you're capable of. And that's one of the things with this challenge is a lot of times we put off things that are important to ourselves because we're trying to help everybody else. This is a time for you to be able to understand what is important, just one thing that you would like to accomplish in 30 days. And being able to identify where you're wanting to go with this challenge is pretty crucial. It's going to help you in understanding that. One of the things that I would highly encourage you to do that was something that was a very powerful tool for me that I was taught by one of our past guests on this podcast, my very good friend, Cliff Ravenscraft, was to be able to sit down with a piece of paper and list it from 1 to 100 and to write down what it is that you want. And it doesn't matter what it is. If it's the craziest thing in the world, it doesn't matter. Write it down. So if you're wanting to go on one of Elon Musk's rockets and go to the moon, then write it down. This is just a wish list, something that if you were to dream, what is it that you'd want to do? And you're going to write out 1 to 100 on there. And this is going to take you some time. It might sound easy, but as you start going, one of the things that helped me in doing this is whatever popped in my mind, I wrote it down. Don't hesitate. Don't be reluctant. Just write it down. Because what you're going to do next is now we're going to narrow that list down to your top 50 choices. Okay. What are the 50 things on that list that you would really like to do? And then we're going to narrow that list down to 25, and then down to 10, then down to 5, and then your number one choice. This is the easiest way to be able to find out what it is that you truly want to do, something that you really would like to achieve in the 30-day challenge. So the next step in what David L. Cook has talked about is the greatest predictor in success is how bad do you want to get there, or your passion? What are you willing to do? What are the things that you're willing to put in place in your life to be able to achieve those things? So I'll give you an example. One of the things for me is being able to keep a journal. All right. And the easiest way that I have found for a journal in encouraging myself, the best journal that I've ever had has been by Tony Gribmeyer, which is the Success Journal. Okay. And that is the Be Fulfilled Journal. This journal is awesome. Okay. I've talked about it before, but this is one of the things that I've done in this step too. How bad do you want it? Is being able to document what it is that's important to me, the steps that I'm wanting to do, and what steps I'm going to take every day to move towards that goal of what I'm wanting to achieve. So this is something that I would encourage you to do. Now, Tony has been gracious enough to give us a code so that if you're wanting to be able to order the Be Fulfilled Journal, you can use this code that he's given specific to me to share with you, our listeners, to be able to purchase this journal for yourselves. And so I'll have that code in there, and it's pretty easy. It's my first name, Chuck. That's what you're going to put in the discount code, is that name, and then you're going to get a discount on your journal. I don't get anything out of it. Tony's not paying me, but because of how this has affected my life and the success that I've seen from it, I order, 10 of these journals at a time from him, because there's sometimes when I meet someone that I have one of these and I give it to them because it's meant that much to me. And when you find things that have been successful in your life, things that mean something to you, something that's changed your behavior, changed the way you think, how you act, and how you achieve things. For me, one of the reasons why I do this podcast is for you, to help you as a leader to be able to achieve and to get those things, because I've seen too many times in my life in dealing with leaders where a lot of times you get put in that position of leadership and they give you no tools. They don't give you anything other than saying, this is your position. Here is your team. God bless you. And that's about the extent of a lot of the training that people get. Now, if you're lucky enough and blessed to have a company that is engaged in your leadership, that is building you up and gives you the ability to have resources such as journals or things that you feel are going to help you and benefit you in your progression as a leader, that is a blessing, and take advantage of that. Okay. But these are one of the things that you need to understand is, where is your passion for your leadership? What is it, when it's all said and done, that you want to do for you, not anybody else? Because each and every day you're doing things for your team, for the company that you're at. If it's your business, you make a lot of sacrifices. I know. I do it all the time as a business owner and entrepreneur myself, the businesses that I have. I sometimes don't act in my best interest because I'm looking out for the interest of other people. And so sometimes I've allowed what's important in their lives to take over for me in trying to help them in their progression, not realizing that I still need to progress as well. And so do you. And so that's what this part of this is really going to be important for you, is identifying that passion. When you do your list of 100 things, these are things that you want. Doesn't matter how crazy it is. Like I said, these are things that you want. And then you're going to narrow it down. And then when you identify that one thing that it is that you're wanting to do, more than anything else, that is what you're going to apply to the strangest secret in the 30-day challenge.
Hey, are you a business leader or a supervisor striving to reach your full potential and take your organization to the next level? As a professional leadership coach, I can help you achieve your goals. My tailored coaching approach is designed to address your specific needs and help you succeed in today's fast-paced business world, whether you need to improve team communication, streamline processes, or develop a strategic vision for your organization. I'm here to help. With my coaching, you can expect to develop a deeper understanding of your leadership style and how to leverage it for maximum impact, gain clarity on your goals and priorities, and create a roadmap to achieve them. You're going to build the confidence and courage to take bold action and make difficult decisions. Learn proven strategies for managing stress, staying focused, and maintaining peak performance, and receiving support, encouragement, and accountability to keep you on track and moving forward. Contact me today at chuck@learningthelanguageofleadership.com. That's chuck@learningthelanguageofleadership.com for a free 90-minute call to learn how coaching can help you achieve your business, leadership, and personal goals. Let's work together to unlock your full potential and take your organization to new heights.
The third thing that David L. Cook talks about, or Dr. Cook talks about, is, do you have the mental skills needed to handle adversity along the journey? And this is your mental toughness. There are many great examples of mental toughness with people. And when I think about mental toughness, I think of Jocko Williams and a lot of the stories that he talks about. And if you haven't seen any TED Talks with Jocko in there, I will put one in the show notes. It's very moving and touched my heart. And it really made me think, because of members of my family that have served in the military. And I saw the character, the integrity, and the ambition of those members of my family because of the tools that they've been given in the military and the discipline that they learned and learning how to achieve the things that they were meant to achieve. So that is a very important part of this, is the mental toughness. And when I'm talking about the importance of that, what's going to be difficult for you in this challenge is, one, you're going to have to make a commitment to 30 days. And it's got to be a priority. It's got to be something that you're willing to give just a little bit of your time each day to progress in this challenge, to be able to meet something that you're wanting to achieve within that 30 days. Okay. When you say you don't have time, that is one of the things that I had to break myself away from even saying, is that I don't have time, because I do. All right. Every one of us has time if it's a priority to you and having to do it. One of the examples that I've had is, how much time do you spend on your computer, on your phone, checking your email, watching TV, or other mindless things that we can get caught up in that become habit for us every day? You know, I still find myself all the time, just like I'm here at Podcast Movement that's here in Denver, and I'm attending that because I'm wanting to make this podcast the best podcast I can for you, and learning the tools and the things that I can do to accomplish that. You know, I had to find time to do that. I had to go to my team, to my wife who runs these businesses with me, and tell my team that this was something that was important to me and that I needed to do. And you know what? My team has been awesome over the last couple of days in stepping up and allowing me to be able to do this, to be able to realize the progression that I'm having in having that interaction with other successful people in the podcast arena. to learn things that I didn't know until the last couple of days that I could do to improve this podcast to make it even better for all of us. And that's just incredible. So when you say you don't have time, before you decide that, look at the things that you do each day. When we do the challenge each day, I'm not planning on these videos that I'm putting out each day to be longer than 10 minutes. Some of them may even be shorter. These are just things that are going to be brain ticklers, things to help you in understanding what you need to do that day and how it's going to get you closer to your goal. That's what this is. Can you find 10 minutes a day for the next 30 days if it means that it's going to help you achieve what it is and what you want to accomplish in 30 days? I know you can. I'm going to be doing this challenge right along with you. I've already identified what it is that I want to do. I had to do that in putting this curriculum together for the 30 days and what it is that we're going to do. Believe me, 30 days, I've had to look at my schedule and how I'm going to bring to you each day of this challenge your day of reflection and the things that you need to accomplish to move you closer to that goal. So I've had to take the time and find the time to make that a priority, which it has been for you to accomplish and to help you realize how to accomplish those things that you want in your life, and also how important it is for you to be able to accomplish those things for you, for your leadership journey, for your growth, and ultimately your team is going to benefit because of the time that you're taking for 30 days. If you've never done something like this, do this challenge. Commit to just 30 days to realize that you can achieve anything that you want in 30 days if you can develop the mindset and the priorities during that 30 days to accomplish this. And that's what our goal is. So when you look at this, it's going to give you depth and clarity. It's going to help you in answering all the things that you may have previously thought were impossible. You just didn't know how to put these things in place. And that's what I find with a lot of this. Now, I just want to talk about day one real quick. And so you're going to just kind of get a little bit of a preview. The first day, and I guess I need to go back because the first week, the theme of that week is going to be awakening your mind. And each day is going to help you in realizing what your goal is, how you're going to accomplish it, and what you're going to do to be there. So the first thing that I'm going to do when you go into that day is the first day is self-reflection. I want you to be able to take time to reflect on your current beliefs, your thoughts, and your mindset. And a lot of those things are going to be conditioned. They may be things that you've been wanting to improve on before, or you've made strides in doing, such as mindset, knowing that you can accomplish things. And so that's what we're going to talk about on that first day. And one of the things I'm going to do on that first day, when we go through that, as to what that reflection is, as I dive deep into what your current beliefs are, your thoughts, and how it affects your mindset, is I'm going to have you write down any negative thought patterns or any self-limiting beliefs that you've had that you want to change. Pretty simple. So you're going to have that 10 minutes that I'm going to give you on this. And then you're going to have time to reflect throughout the day on that. And then I would encourage you, if you don't want the Be Fulfilled journal, to at least get, just a regular lined journal that you can keep for 30 days. I want you to be able to document your progress, your thoughts, the things that you were thinking throughout this 30 days. It's going to help you, and you're going to enjoy going back and reflecting on that. Not only that, but seeing your growth during that 30 days is going to be crucial, and it's going to be exciting for you to be able to see that and have your journey documented for you. So that's what we're wanting to achieve in this. If you're wanting to learn more about the book Greatness by David L. Cook, I can't say enough about it. This is a book that's going to help you discover yourself. It's going to help you understand what your dreams are and how to accomplish it. It's also going to help you in the long run in developing your legacy, whatever that may be, whether it's something that you're wanting to leave your mark in your industry and the things that you do. If it's something that at the end of your life, the one thing that your family, your friends, and those you've been associated with are going to say about you, the things that they were inspired, the things that they remember you doing. What was the main thing that people are going to talk about, and what they learned from you and how you affected or touched their life. You know, I've heard many people sit down and say that the hardest thing that they've ever done is to sit down. And I first heard this through Jack Canfield, was talking about sitting down and writing your own eulogy. And I've thought about that, and I'm like, I haven't gotten to that point where I've had the encouragement, well, I shouldn't say encouragement, but that I felt strong enough that I can do that. I know that sounds crazy because I'm talking to you guys about a 30-day challenge, and here I haven't got to that point. But how strong of a exercise is that to be able to sit down and see the benefits of doing that? Because now you're going to be able to write down what it is you want people to remember you for. It's also going to be able to give you that self-reflection that we're talking about on the first day, of being able to reflect on what it is you're wanting to achieve, what you want your legacy to be. How do you want to be remembered? So crucial. Every one of us wants to be loved. Every one of us wants to be respected. Each one of us wants to be remembered. But how are people that love and respect you, what are they going to remember you for? How did you touch their lives? What did you teach them? That is the legacy that I would like, what I would like for you, and helping you to achieve that. This is all on bettering ourselves. There have been many times that I've gone into businesses that are clients or other people that have called for services that we provide businesses. And I've got to be honest with you, there have been times that I've walked out scratching my head and wondering how that individual can one be in that position, especially when you can tell it's just something they don't want to be doing. It's something that pains them. I walked into a place one time, and I'm going to share this story with you. And this was a client that I've been working with for quite a while. And I've listened to this one leader in particular continually talk about how he was not happy, how he just dreaded coming to work. He didn't like his team. He always felt that people were out to get him, that people were talking about him, that he would, many of you may be able to understand this, where he felt that he walked into a break room and all of a sudden conversations just stopped and that heads turned to look at him as he came in. Now, is that true? Maybe. Is that his perception of what they were doing? Very much so. But what caused that? Is it because of his reflection on what he is doing as a leader? Is he living up to the standards that he's wanting to set? Is he accomplishing the things that he's wanting to accomplish? Is he building the team the way that he envisioned or wants to build them? All those things are going to play into that. But that self-reflection is something that is going to affect each one of us in different ways. I want you to be able to accomplish this. I want you to realize how these things affect you as a leader and how to overcome them and become a better leader. So I hope that this discussion on greatness, being able to achieve things and to be able to realize that you, one, are good enough, that you do deserve these things, and that you can create this in your life. You are in charge of your leadership, your journey in this life, and how you accomplish things. And if you accept my challenge for the 30-day challenge to be able to spend this time on yourself, to better yourself, to achieve those things that you're wanting to achieve in life, I think it will be a changing point in your life. And it's going to be one that you're going to be able to share with your team to help them realize and to feel the same things that you are. And I guarantee you that if you do this with your team after you've accomplished it, you're going to see your team change. You're going to see the dynamics in that whole relationship that you have with them change as a result. And we're going to give you the tools to be able to do that. And you're going to be an example of that because I guarantee you, if you accept this challenge, you do it and you commit to it, you're not going to have to tell anybody that you're doing this challenge because they're going to see change in you within that 30 days. I guarantee you, you will have people come and talk to you and ask you what you're doing. What is different? How is it that you walk in a room now and there's just a different demeanor, a different focus, a different feeling when you walk into that room? This is what's going to happen to you. So if this intrigues you, if this just tickles the brain a little bit and makes you wonder, what if? What if I do this? And what if I do accomplish the things that I want to do? And I start by hitting that number one thing that it is that I want to accomplish in the next 30 days. How will that change your life? That's what this is all about. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Language of Leadership. I look forward to those of you who accept my challenge to improve and to realize your goals and dreams in the next 30 days. I look forward to being able to work with you, to help you in your progression, and to be able to realize the blessings that are ahead if you focus on yourself, your growth, and your attainment of your goals. So until next week, when we come to you with another episode of The Language of Leadership, take care.